Hello and welcome back to the 1 million mile road trip. I'd like to ask you a special favor today. Could you just reach over there on your screen there and punch that little subscribe button and click the little bell out beside it? And if we offer anything helpful or funny, if you could give us a thumbs up, it would help YouTube put our channel out there, help us get a few more subscribers. I appreciate everything. I appreciate you being here and watching our videos. Now enjoy the video. Thank you.
Before I purchased this RV, I got little notes here so I won't forget, but I want to talk about warranties and buying warranties through a dealer. We are kind of pro warranties. If you have a late model RV or you the miles is not up on it, they don't care if it's a diesel or not. Warranties can be pretty high, but we purchased a warranty through our dealer. We paid $8,000 for it. Now, what I didn't know, and I wish I did know, is you can buy a warranty independently of your dealer and save probably around $2,000 to $3,000. Now, we bought a 3-year warranty, and we probably could have bought the same warranty for less, $3,000 less, because that went straight to the dealer's pocket. But the warranty we had before was a 3-year warranty, $500 deductible. And I thought it ran about $8,000. Now I know you're going to say, wow, $8,000. But we replaced the front air conditioner, both slide motors on the front, one jack on underneath, the refrigerator, and a lot of other stuff that came almost to $8,000 within that 3 years. If you replace a refrigerator, we actually just replaced it with a residential refrigerator, and it was like $2,700 because labor getting it in, they had to take out the front windshield just to get the refrigerator in. So, and the air conditioner was about $2,500. So you can see when they would eat up your pocketbook. The $500 deductible though eat up our pocketbook. So just remember, you can get a warranty if you like for a lot less money if you do it outside of your dealership. Only thing they will require is they come in and do an inspection of your RV prior to your warranty being in effect. And if you got say a 2 or 3 year old RV and you're not maintenance savvy and you don't think you can fix the problems that may arise, my biggest issue and what I worry about the most is the engine and the transmission and the electrical system. Because we had a computer go out in this thing when it was not under warranty, and it cost about $1,500 to get the computer replaced, plus it cost another $1,000 for them to just find out the problem. And then we had also the rear end differential. We got stuck in a mud place, and just one time spinning the tires through it messed up our differential in the rear. That was $3,400. So if I'd have had a warranty that time, that would have paid for it. So little things like that can eat it up. But if you have something major with your engine, it could be $30,000, and it would just absolutely kill your lifestyle. Now I tell you something you can do with a warranty. You can actually buy a warranty as a lot less money. I think I priced one for $3,700 for 3 years that just covers the engine, the transmission, and the major electrical issues. The rest of it, you pretty much could probably do yourself or have hired out to be done a lot cheaper than paying like a $4,000 or $5,000 added to your warranty. So it's just up to you what you think you can do. If you got the, I know RVing with Tito is another channel I watch. He knows how to fix just about everything himself. So if I was that type of person that can fix stuff like that, I probably would just put the money in the bank and do that. But I also know a good friend of mine owns a trucking company, and his diesel engine went out on their truck. And of course, this is a big tractor trailer, but the same size engine that I had, and it cost $60,000 to get it fixed. So it's crazy. So I'm going with the warranty again, at least on my engine, transmission, and electrical. And I think I priced one at about $3,500 for 3 years. And that's a lot of money, but that's insurance well spent, in my opinion. Another thing I want to talk about is a big thing with me is we've had this RV 7 years, and we use it full time on the road for 2.5 years, and we are going back on the road again. We hope to do it this year. With all this COVID stuff, it's kind of up in the air right now, but we hope to do it this year. But one thing we thought about selling it or trading it in actually for another RV. We kind of like the Tiffin, we like the Integra, and also Winnebago. But when you talk to a dealer, they want to give you wholesale. Wholesale on this particular RV is $40,000, $40,000 to $45,000. Now, when we bought the RV in 2014, we had the money, we could have paid it off. But at that time, we had just sold our house in Orange Beach and made a pretty good profit, and we could have paid it off. And I wish now that I had. But instead we financed it because we thought it would help on our income tax, and it did, but if you can pay it off, that's the way to go. But now, we do owe money on this thing. So if we go and trade it in, we found several RVs, they're basically going to give us $40,000 for our RV. And if anything that we owe over that, we've got to add it on top of what their RV wants. So say you find an RV for $150,000. It's like a 13 or 14 or 15 for $150,000 diesel pusher. And then they give us $40,000 for this, and I say we owe $20,000 more. We'd have to put that $20,000 on top of the $150,000, and then we'd be looking at a $170,000 bill on a coach that may only be worth $140,000 or $150,000. So I'm already upside down when I do that. But if you're full time and you're not planning on selling it down the road, then you just have to evaluate that. But I'm going to tell you, this RV, we bought it, we love it. We didn't realize there are certain things that we wish we had and would make our life a little bit more comfortable. We would love to have 4 slides. I know a lot of people don't like slides because they claim to give them problems. We've only had one time a problem with our slide, and of course our warranty took care of it. But the bedrooms, we'd love to have a king-size bed in the bedroom and a 4 slide with that. And the front, we'd love to have the type that has the fireplace in the front with a TV and maybe a L-shaped couch or something. And these are just things that would make our lifestyle really nice. I mean, sure, I'd love to have a heated floor. I mean, they say that's the way you really heat your place up without using a lot of propane, is they do either electric or through, like Winnebago, Integra does the water through the floor like heated floors are. I mean, those are just things that, I know you're going to say, well, you just want the moon. But no, if you're going to live in a place and it's going to be your home, your only home, and you're not going to go have anything else to live in, you want it to be just what you want. But now I have to also go with what I can afford. If I won the lottery or something like that, then you could get a Prevost and, you could go in style. But we're just going to, if we keep the RV, which we'd be perfectly happy in it, we're going to actually do some things in the RV that we're going to discuss in part 2 of this series. Now, another thing I wish I'd have known about before I purchased this RV is I wish I'd have had it inspected by an independent inspector. Most dealers will be fine with that. If they're not fine with that, maybe you need to pass on that RV. If you're buying it from an individual, be sure you have an independent inspector inspect it. That would have headed off a lot of the stuff that we've replaced in our first year here with this RV. I don't think the dealer we dealt with, we would buy another RV from them. They were real nice and did a lot of work for us on the RV prior, putting LED lights in it and stuff like that, and did all the labor for nothing, and we just bought the material. But if we'd have had an inspector, we might have headed off paying for an air conditioner or a refrigerator, and heading off paying for like one of the slide motors and the jack motors. And it's just, I think you could probably get it inspected for $100, $150, and it'd be well worth it knowing up front, especially if you're going to buy an RV from an individual. Then he can tell you what he thinks wrong with it, but this inspector can go and he can find the things that's going to cost you money in the near future, and maybe even in the far off future, just like a serpentine belt on your engine. The engine serpentine belt on this RV is probably, the belt itself probably doesn't cost more than 50 bucks. Getting it put on, I bet it would cost $1,000 because of the way the engine's in there. But he would be able to tell you that and what's going on with it. So I would encourage you to get an independent inspector, and that might also be your negotiating point of the RV. That if you find that the RV has this, and this wrong with it, and even if it's small issues, then you could come back to the guy that has it for sale and say, okay, here's what the inspector said. Now, will you fix these before I buy it, or will you take off the money it's going to take for me to fix it? Then you can make an objective decision on what kind of RV you're buying. Big thing that I wish I'd have known about before I purchased this RV, and what you might consider before you purchase your RV, is the doors. The way they open, big thing. These open up like this. And also the fact that it does not have a garage underneath, or doesn't have the open bays underneath that you can put a slide on. So we've got really limited storage on both sides of the RV with these. If I had the under that went all the way to pass through underneath the RV, like most RVs do, then you could have the long pull-out trays and a lot more storage and a lot more way to store large items like even small kayaks. But the biggest things with these doors is, over there on the other door, it only comes up to about right here. And when I was down there, leaned down up underneath it, I stood up, and this sharp edge skipped my back up. Really caused some serious removal of skin, you might say, on my back. And that is a huge thing I do not like about these. We've already replaced the hinges on this, not the hinges, but the supports that have the shock type of shock thing on the side. My dog Maggie, they had to call him back. He was headed out towards the road. So that was the one thing with these, the doors right here. These, we've replaced these already once, where they had given out, and it's like a little shock absorber there. But that's one thing. They're huge doors too. And the locks on them are not real secure. Here, if you got to really watch about how you lock it, it's got to be snapped in on both sides of the RV when you shut the door. Okay, this is another problem that I didn't know about when I purchased this RV. This RV does not have a pull-out generator. The generator is located underneath the RV. I have no way to pull it out and work on it myself, and if I want to do my own work, a DIY type thing, change the oil, the spark arrestor, the air filter, I'm going to have to do it from under the RV itself. And this door opens here, and it does allow you to get to the top, maybe a place to put oil, check your oil and stuff like that, but you don't have the freedom to move around the generator, to check it out, and the ease in doing a lot of the work yourself. So I wish I'd have known that. I wish I'd have known that the other RVs, they actually pull out the generator, unhook this lock, and you can pull the generator out about 3 feet and allow you to have complete access to the generator. And this one does not have that. And that's one thing I wish I would have known before I bought my RV. Stay tuned for part 2.